I have a confession. I am addicted to eyeshadow palettes. Amanda, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for taking a few minutes out of your day hanging out with me. Today's video is part 1 of 3 with one of my first YouTube friends, Joy's Beauty Jawns. When I saw this video idea, I immediately messaged her and I said, we need to do this video. And at first, I was joking because we are both addicted to buying makeup. We literally have tried to slow down, strategize on what releases we are going to get and not get. We both have so many makeup subscription boxes as well, so we are accumulating products through there and our impulse buying. She's done a no buy, I've done a low buy, and now that November's here, Black Friday and all the other deals are going to be happening. We thought it would be fun to show you guys makeup that we have purchased but have not used. Part 1 are eyeshadow palettes, and I didn't think it was going to be as bad as it is, and a lot of them have to do with the fact of either packaging, I just had to have it, or I purchased it for review but never got around doing it because there's just so much being released. Grab a snack, and I'm already prepared to being judged in this because I'm judging myself. Before we jump in, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel before clicking off this video. I post new videos Monday through Friday of subscription unboxings, first impressions, eyeshadow palette reviews, and more. I hope you guys are watching during the month of November because I have my Thankful For You giveaway currently open. You must be subscribed in order to enter. On my eyes, I have the LEOPARDINA eyeshadow palette by the brand Rude Cosmetics, and on my lips, I have the Dominique Cosmetic liquid lipstick in the shade Heartbeat, and then a gloss on top, which is the BUXOM Cosmetics in the shade Jasmine. For real, we're jumping into it. I even have a few palettes set to the side over here that are in queue for a video. Just hasn't happened yet. First one is the Strawberry Shake palette by ColourPop. It is a gorgeous palette. Why did I buy this? I collect the monochromatic palettes. This one has been out for a while now. I still haven't used it yet. Ooh la la. It is another very pretty color story. I love pink eyeshadows. I bought this back in June, July. The ColourPop Soul palette. And I even featured it in a Shop My Stash, What's New to My Collection. This really isn't new anymore, but it still hasn't been used. I took a while to buy this monochromatic palette, which is the Orange You Glad. Orange You Glad you bought it? Yeah, except for the pressed glitter. Then I have the ColourPop Double Entendre palette. It is gorgeous, but it's unused. Before ColourPop started doing monochromatic palettes, I started just collecting their palettes in general because they are affordable and amazing quality. Catherine tagged me to get this palette. It still has the plastic protective sheet on it. I also got the Californian Love palette. Maybe it could be a Naked Honey dupe. Maybe not. I didn't even think about it until I just opened it right now. There are also some exclusive palettes at Ulta now from ColourPop. We have the Bird of Paradise, which is why I actually put all these other ColourPop palettes, is because I feel like these would make good palette royale videos, so this is one of them. Night Owl. It could be another Naked Honey dupe. And then Lovebird. I don't know why they put 3 glitters in it. I almost didn't buy it, but if I bought the other 2, I had to buy this one, right? And that's where a lot of my impulse buying is coming from. It's like, I have all these ColourPop palettes and I just feel the need to keep buying them, otherwise my collection won't be complete. Like the Little Mermaid. Totally did not need either one of these, but here we are. Bye Bye Birdie. When I first saw this, I knew I already had every ColourPop shade in this palette. But do I have it in this format? No, so I bought it. And then the Truly Madly Deep palette. Same story as Bye Bye Birdie. It was at Ulta, and Ulta, I do a lot of impulse buying there too. I have 2 different bins of palettes that I have purchased for reviews as well. I still have more ColourPop because there's a lot being released, and I have the You Should See Me in a Crown. I have this set aside with some other ColourPop products that I wanted to do like a combined review in. And the hard part about reviewing ColourPop is there's so much being released and I can't figure out how to best schedule everything, especially when I have subscription boxes coming in. So I tend to move things around accordingly. So this has just been pushed further back. As well as the Midnight Masquerade ColourPop Disney collaboration. I bought the first collaboration that Disney did with ColourPop, as well as the villains. I love the villain ones, and I knew I didn't need anything from this collection. The packaging is what got me. And I even saw this palette and I was like, I know I don't need it, but there was one row in particular that caught my attention. Was this last row that has Mama Odie, Frog and Wife, and Merryweather. I absolutely love that row. And this packaging is so cute. I love how they included Esmeralda. I had an Esmeralda Barbie doll when I was younger. It was my favorite thing in the world. So I was so excited to see her included. You're probably like, she's not a Disney princess. I know, neither is Mulan, or Pocahontas, or Moana, or Elsa. She's a queen. This is where the fun comes. I just bought this palette. TJ Maxx, I know I didn't need it. It is the BH Cosmetics Ultimate Matte 42 eyeshadow palette. And I know that I probably have all these shades, but these bottom shades I totally needed, and I love the pan size. I love BH's formula. Well, they were one of the first makeup brands that I started to buy, so it holds a special place in my heart. I never had this palette and felt like I needed to have it with my BH Cosmetics collection. There's a brand at Target called Color Story, and I bought their palettes. I was gonna do reviews on them, just never got around to doing it. This is the Empress palette, and this is the Karma palette, the Velvet Rose palette, and then the Mystique Trance. This was my favorite Color Story out of the 4 palettes. Also, if I did swatch it, I am not including it. And yes, I didn't test it on my eyes, but I still swatched it. That's how I took the approach. There's actually a 5th Color Story palette, but I have swatched it. I actually showed it on Instagram way long ago when I talked about doing a full face of Target makeup, and Target has even grown in the makeup department since then. So I really want to try to get some of those products. I just realized my makeup was smudged. I don't know how long it was there for, but cool. Fantastic. I also wanted to try more e.l.f. palettes. This is the 18 Hits Wonder palette. Gorgeous. I've heard a lot about this brand. It is Be Perfect Cosmetics, and guys, look at this palette. It is absolutely stunning. I almost can't believe I haven't dipped into it yet. When I first started buying eyeshadow palettes, I would only use some and not others. This would be one that I wouldn't have used in the past because of how gorgeous the Color Story is. I was already jumping to conclusions of how upset I would be hitting pan on a palette like this, and I haven't even touched it. But the formula is supposed to be impeccable, but I don't know because I haven't used it yet. I also bought the first Be Perfect Carnival palette with Stacey Marie, and it's a miniature version. This one's been out for a little bit now. There are a few colors in this palette that was in the XL. I kind of want to try this one first. Yeah, the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. This was my second Natasha Denona palette, and I wanted to do a review on it, but it's too pretty and I couldn't get myself to swatch or put it on my eyes. It was $130. That's the most I've ever spent on an eyeshadow palette before. The I Heart Revolution So Tasty palette. I wanted this to be a series with the pizza palette I reviewed. You guys really wanted to see the avocado palette. Here it is. And then I also got the So Hot Chili Pepper one too. And then I got the Sweet and Tasty Popcorn one. And these Super Smooth Extra Marshmallows. Yeah. They're just chilling. And I purchased this Wet n Wild palette because it's supposed to rival the James Charles Morphe palette. I wouldn't know if it rivals it because I haven't touched my James Charles palette. He made such a fuss about it. I'm not gonna get into it. And then I have a bunch of more Makeup Revolution palettes. This is their collaboration with Petra. I thought it was such a cool palette. I know there's no mirror, but I liked how they had shades on both sides of the palette when you opened it up. They also collab with Rachel Leary. I mainly wanted to try the face pans. In collaboration with Tammy X, this palette, oh my gosh, so pretty. I love the Color Story. Partially why I didn't use this yet because I couldn't get myself to dip a brush into the pan and ruin it. Collaboration with Roxy. Love that shade right there. I know, pop of blue, green, whatever you want to call it, but it was just so pretty. And I love Makeup Revolution formula. Collaboration with Cami. Again, same old, same old. In collaboration with Jack. Almost passed on this one, but didn't want it to be left out. And then another collaboration with Roxy. Love the color story on this one. And then the Morphe 35L palette. This came out around the time that 35H did, and by the time that Pride Month was over, I was like, no one's gonna be talking about this anymore, so let me just put it on my shelf. The Morphe Jeffree Star palette as well. Feel like no one's talking about this anymore, so it's just chilling. That black matte though is impeccable. I only know that because we went to Ulta and I told Catherine to swatch it and it wouldn't come off. Oh, these are my favorites. Norvina 1. I was so stoked about it and I still haven't used it yet, but it gets better. Norvina 2. I love the chevron in that teal color. Oh, it is right up my alley. Yay, nice and untouched as well. And Norvina 3. I just had to get all 3. There's probably a 4, 5, 6, but probably get those too. What do you guys think of the mini ones that were just released? Comment below. I have the BH Cosmetics Stellar Collision. These are gorgeous. I needed them because I do enjoy the BH Cosmetics Baked Eyeshadow formula, along with Soul. More is untouched. And then I also bought the Shayla ColourPop Proceed with Caution. Love the color story. And then ColourPop Good Sport. Supposed to be a good palette for the fall. The Salve palette. I really want to dive into this palette. I just haven't had the heart. Serena and Corona are calling my name. I think those would make a beautiful combination together. The Zodiac palette. Pretty palette. I just haven't had the heart to touch it because it's just so pretty. The Aquarius and the Pisces are just, oh, I would feel so bad if I hit pan on those, and I don't want to ruin how pretty it is. Through My Eyes, another gorgeous palette. Maybe around Christmas I'll use it because it has reds and greens in it. And then the Perception palette, amazing. Just haven't used it yet. Told you guys I have a problem, and we're not even done yet. I went on a whole Midas Cosmetics spray, High Times. Oh, this palette is gorgeous. Dying to try Midas's formula. Love is love. I even have the box. That's when you know it's new. Gorgeous. Midas was doing a 50% off everything, so I bought all the palettes. The La Dolce Vita eyeshadow palette, another pretty palette. Oh, I'm loving it. I'll probably love it more on my eyes. The Temptations palette, so gorgeous. Let me know what your favorite Midas palette is. I haven't tried any of these yet. Lemonade's coming up. It's in a different bin. And then the Flower Bomb. Midas also makes some glitters. They also have some loose glitters on their website. More palettes for my Palette Royale video. I have the Lime Crime Venus Vivid. I also got the Melt Radioactive. Wanted to do a showdown between those two. And a third, the Violet Voss Vibes palette. They all look so similar. These are 3 brands that I love, and as well as the Juvia's Warrior 3, which I actually did do a video on testing against the Zulu palette. I wanted to do a comparison between the 4 palettes. Hopefully it would help you guys figure out which rainbow palette would be best for you. Main Squeeze also hasn't been used. I haven't touched my Too Faced Gingerbread palette, and it is stunning. I bought one for Catherine. She has used it. Have I used mine? Nope. Well, since I haven't used it yet, I can do another Palette Royale against the Extra Spicy palette. You see how much eyeshadow is released? This isn't even all of it. X's and O's by ColourPop. This is an exclusive at Ulta, and I thought it'd be fun to do a comparison against the Whatever palette. So eventually, Midas Lemonade. It will be done against Honey and Naked Honey. One day at a time. A fun drinking game would have been take a shot for every palette that I have. We would all be sloshed. The Ruby May Brights palette. Oh yeah, this was gonna be fun with the rainbow. So a 5-way Palette Royale video. And the Just My Luck palette. It will have its time to shine soon. I'm a hot mess doing this. This is so comfy and cute, but it is hot and my hair is poofing. Smash that like if you're still with us. We are on the final bin. The BH Cosmetics Sylvia Ghani palette. Oh, this would be fun to do against the Makeup by Shayla Perception palette. I know these palettes have been out for a while, but that would still be fun. The Lorac Shine Bright palette. I took the brush out to toss, but other than that, I haven't used it. The Pretty Rich Too Faced palette. Mainly bought it for the packaging. I thought it was stunning. Color story? The BH Cosmetics Galaxy Chick. Had to have another baked eyeshadow palette, as well as Supernova, as well as Solar Flare. And I got these when Ulta first started carrying BH Cosmetics. The Ruby May Cosmetics Pop Zombie palette. Got that in my Glow Addict Beauty subscription in October. Didn't get a chance to unbox it. therefore I get to try it. As well as these next two, the Downtown palette by Iconic Beauty. Did not get a chance to unbox and try on my Glitz Glam, and I did the Double the Glam and got the Hollywood palette as well. Figured those would have been good dupes for some of the Huda palettes. The Beautiful in Barcelona BH Cosmetics palette. You're seeing a theme, right? Collecting ColourPop, BH Cosmetics. Oh, another brand, Colored Rain. Here's the Cheers to Beauty palette. I love Colored Rain. I've only used like one of their palettes, but it's so good. I love the formula. And so I bought them all. The Queen of Hearts. I was obsessed with the Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland when I was younger. That's partially why I needed this palette. Let me know in the comments below who your favorite Disney villain is. We have the BH Cosmetics Summer in Saint Tropez. Oh my gosh. This shade, Pump Leon, that was like the main reason why I bought it. BH Cosmetics Run Wild. I thought this was so cool to have eyes, highlighter, bronzer, and blush. The ColourPop Element of Surprise. This was with the ColourPop Double Entree palette. It was packed away with tools, so finding it now. Oh, Real Her. We were talking about this because I got a gloss in BIJOU, and this is number 4, and I got this in my Fashionista box in September. I just haven't used it yet because it came in late. This one breaks my heart. The Juvia Nubian 3 Coral palette. This palette does not give me any inspiration, so it just keeps collecting dust. I really wanted to test out Zoeva, so this palette went on sale during 21 Days of Beauty. Have I used it yet? No. But it's pretty, right? Oh man, I'm even getting tired. The Fantasy palette by Yas Glitters in collaboration with Krista Rice Makeup. This was in my first Glow Addict box, which I didn't get to do an unboxing with. Nabla, I've been really wanting to try this brand. This is the Poison Garden palette. It was sold out for the longest time on Ulta's website, so when it went back in stock, I had a 20% off at the time. And then I also got the Secret palette as well. I just had to get both, right? Without even testing the formula. But I had really good reviews, so I felt comfortable with it. And the Alondra Desi Glam Light palette. This was in my first Slay Glam box. This was September's, but I got September's in October, so I decided to forego that unboxing. BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil, or the original Take Me Back to Brazil palette. Still chilling. Over here, I really want the Take Me Back to Ibiza palette, but I haven't even used any of the Brazil palettes yet, so why get a third one, right? Color Rain Safari Rain palette. Oh my gosh, this would have been perfect for fall too. The Colored Rain Lovelies palette would be perfect for 4th of July. Colored Rain Beauty Rust. Oh, would have been good to go travel palette. And the Colored Rain Smoke Show palette. This is one of my favorite color stories that they have. Green has just been my favorite eyeshadow color recently. We're almost done. I have some ColourPop BYOB curated palettes. This is the Rainbow Land. Ah, it's raining palettes. Hallelujah. I think this one's called Here Comes the Sun. I don't remember what this one was called. Or this one. The BH Cosmetics Daisy Marquez palette. I hate this packaging, but I love the color story. I mean, it's magnetic, it's cool, it reminds me of Tiffany's, but it's just annoying. The Lorac Luxe Diamond palette. That's just so pretty. Why haven't I used it yet? The Ibi Ocean Awakening eyeshadow palette. Oh, I remember buying this from an IPSY shopper deal. I was gonna do a review, and here it is, Collecting Dust. Violet Voss Coral palette. Talked about playing with this too. It's still here. I really am starting to look like an addict. My hair is frizzing out. I'm like twitching like, oh my gosh. Freaking out. The Suns Out Buns Out palette. This palette was sent to me from BIJOU because one of my shades from my first BIJOU box was broken, so she wanted to make sure I was completely satisfied with customer care. Look at that packaging. So freaking cute. And then I have the Ruby May Mood palette. So I bought the trio of these palettes because you could have gotten variation. One of the 3 palettes in your Try Beauty box. I wanted all 3, and one will be in a giveaway. Maybe it's December, maybe it's my 1K, maybe it's an even future giveaway. Gotta be subscribed to now. And then the last 2 products by Maybe Cosmetics. We have the Take Me to Santorini. This was also bought from IPSY Shopper. And then the Take Me to Paris palette. This looks like it would be a good dupe for that Kylie Cosmetics palette that just came out. Oh my gosh, we made it to the end. I thought this video would never end, but yeah, true life, I'm addicted to eyeshadow, right? So this was just part 1 of the products that we have but we haven't used yet, because part 2 and 3 are going to be foundations, powders, which foundations can go bad really easily. Mainly they were foundations that I bought for a wear test. I have a lot of primers and setting sprays that I've accumulated gift sets or those free gifts with purchases. And then we also have bronzers, blush, and highlighters as well. It's a lot. I found myself not having eyeliners, mascaras, lip liners, glosses, or lipsticks. With eyeliners and mascaras and lip liners, I get those a lot in subscription boxes. I do try on styles for those unboxings, so I use them right away. With bullet or liquid lipsticks, I try them right away because I normally do my shopping online. So I'm already on the fence about the shade because on a computer screen, the color that you see on the screen can be a lot different than in person. Those were the makeup categories that I found myself not being able to do those for this collab. I am out of breath and I'm still overwhelmed and embarrassed that I actually went through with this video. Almost didn't. After I pitched the idea, I really wanted to retract it back because I was very embarrassed about it. I always tell myself it could be worse. It could be drugs. I would love to know what makeup you guys have that you haven't touched yet. And that's why I started doing my roasting new makeup release series, is to try to talk myself out of a lot of these impulse buying. I know I'm not alone because Joy's doing this collab with me, so definitely be sure to check out her video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, found it fun. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and if you don't, thank you for the view anyways. I'll see you in the next video.